Very exciting intro to the vlog. A new sofa. This is from a London-based brand actually called Slow Living, and it's a sofa bed. You pull this bit out under here and then this just moves along with it. I need to do it with two hands basically, but this moves along with it and then you slot that bit down and then it's like a day bed. And I went with it in a navy with the walnut because I have learnt my lesson about having a cream sofa. I've had to learn it twice in my life. Let this be the last time. If I ever in my years online say I'm going to get a cream sofa, you all must do something to stop. You must intervene and say, you said that time. I just can't keep them clean. I can't. So darker colour, but I love it. It's beautiful. It's very Donald Judd-esque. I actually went to the Judd Foundation in New York yesterday, which is always an amazing day out. And it looks so nice in this room. I think it's balanced the big chair a little bit better than the other one had. And yeah, I love it. This was sent to me. This was a gift from Slow Living. So thank you so much to them. They really do make the most beautiful pieces. They have a day bed. I know this is a day bed, I just said, but they have this is called their sofa bed. They have a day bed version as well. This is a bit deeper. And I love it so much. Excuse this leaf. What a happy plant we've got going here. I am flying back to London today and I wanted to talk about some bits that I can't take back and show you some things before I go. Firstly, the sofa is the obvious one. This t-shirt I might as well buy, even though I can take it back and I'm going to be flying in it, but it's from Lisette and it's really good because I think it's a good crop t-shirt. If you've got big boobs, it's quite flattering. Nice little Henley neck, slight V-neck as well. Really soft cotton. But yeah, this came yesterday and I got it in white as well and I was like, oh, that's good. And I also wanted to talk about Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry because it's a big old book and I finished it, so I'm not going to travel back with this. It's going to stay here. This book is so unbelievably well loved. I know this is so many people's favourite books. It is a beautiful long read. It's 860 pages and it kind of like needs to be that long, I think. Though at the beginning it took me a while to get into. It took me a good 200 pages to get into. I've read a couple of other westerns this year. I've read The Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy and The Butcher's Crossing by John Williams, both much shorter, like the 300-page realm, much more fast-paced. The Blood Meridian in particular, the pacing of that book is exceptional. So this is my third western of the year and I really, really, really enjoy reading westerns with very different pacing-wise to get into, and it's much more character-based than the other westerns that I've read. But a western as a genre ties in so many things that I enjoy with reading. I enjoy a little bit of blood and gore here and there. I enjoy moments of tension within a novel when there's like moments of anxiety or there's a fight or you're hiding or whatever it is. And the landscape through these stories is unbelievable. So I think when done well, there's a wonderful mix of like a plodding pace as you're going on these long like cattle drives, these long journeys through the American West. It's very sparse and you don't see very many people, interjected with these moments of high intensity. So I really am enjoying westerns. I want to read many, many, many more. And yeah, I do think this is very character based. So if you're someone that doesn't like westerns, you could get on with this still, because it's very much a character study of the two main characters in particular, who are called Gus McCrae and Woodrow Call. So it's about an outfit of cowboys who are on a ranch called Lonesome Dove on the Texas-Mexico border, and they decide to go on a cattle drive and resettle in Montana. Now, America's very big, that is very far away. I was looking on a map and I was like, wow, that's quite the undertaking. So they steal a load of cattle and they set off to Montana with a group of them, and you spend a lot of time with all of the characters in the group. So you grow to love all of them. And with sort of any western that involves a long journey, there is the Native Americans is always a big part of a western written around this time. This is kind of like the years of the Old West dying, so I guess the late 1800s. So there's, yeah, the fear of the Native Americans, then there's moments of fighting between the cowboys and the Native Americans, and there's also just moments where like the brutality of the landscape itself, the heat, then the cold, there's no water, there's snakes, there's a bear, things like that.
more kind of like natural based threats, as it were. So you get a nice level of tension the whole way through, but mixed with very meditative passages, which are just about how the characters are communicating with one another. I thought the dialogue in this was brilliant. You've got like really typical male characters, like they're not talking about their feelings, they don't really know how to talk about their feelings, they don't want to learn to talk about their feelings, they're men and they're cowboys, they don't have feelings. That kind of narrative is there, but underneath them there's the feelings. And it's very obviously done, I think. There's something quite predictable about it. It went every direction I thought it was going to go. It introduces you to a lot of side characters and then brings everybody very nicely together. There's no loose ends really with it, but it was so rewarding for that reason. And I think when undertaking a long book, which I find long books intimidating, if you do too, this is one that I think is very, very manageable and very enjoyable and very rewarding, because throughout its length, it does everything that you want it to do every step of the way. It made me cry. I don't often cry at books, and Gus McCrae in particular, who, like I said, is one of the main characters, him and Woodrow Call's the captain. They're like old cowboys. They've been around for years and they've kind of got a reputation as well. And I was so invested in him as a character. I'm very attached to him throughout the book, and yeah, McMurtry really gives you as a reader space to build that attachment. The first 200 pages I was like, let's get off the porch and stop drinking whiskey. I want to set off on this journey. I want something else to happen. And I don't think, it's almost incomparable to the Blood Meridian to say that's also a Western. And I would guess that they're probably two of maybe the most famous Westerns written by American authors. They're incomparable in lots of different ways. The Blood Meridian is, I would recommend more carefully, I think. Much harder read in lots of ways in the way it's written, and the content is unbelievably violent. There are moments of violence in this. There's the odd bit where you wince, but it's not based on that. So yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I do know so many people love this book as well, and I am one of those people, and I would recommend it. It's part of a trilogy. I'm not going to read the other ones. It definitely hasn't made me feel that way. It really affirmed my interest in Westerns, and then I want to read more Westerns, but I would like to read more widely. I'd like to read some Westerns written by women. I've read Close Range by Annie Proulx, those short stories, but if anyone else can recommend some Westerns written by women, I'd be really interested in how that also compares to these big famous ones by American men. So yeah, not gonna read the others. They're all this long as well, and instead read a bit more widely within the genre, but I'm loving them. Still also listening to it. I've got about 2 hours to go, and I know the ending is like a controversial thing for people. If he doesn't book his ideas up about this ending soon, I hate it. I hate the way it's going so far. But yeah, I am packing, getting sorted, gonna be in London tomorrow, flying on a red eye tonight. Thank you so much also for all the comments on the last video, which I did about living alone. The comments were amazing. I loved reading those so much, and I felt this the other week when I said I'd fallen over, and loads of people, and I fell over again, my other knee came out, so I'm gonna go see a consultant when I get back to London too. But yeah, in that moment, loads of you were also like, I fall over all the time too. I was like, these are my people. And then felt that even more so on the comments of the last one when we were talking about, yeah, how many of you also really identify with needing a lot of time on your own, and how that journey has been through your 20s and into your 30s, especially those of you who've been watching me since I was in my early 20s as well. Like, I think a lot of us have been growing up together in that way and notice how different these things are. I'm 33 in 2 weeks. It's my birthday in 2 weeks, which is crazy. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And yeah, I fell over the other week, fell over last week again. It was my other knee this time, and it wasn't like it did a out and in. It was another embarrassing fall, couldn't get up again. It was very humiliating. So I'm going to go see a consultant when I get back. And I did have an MRI on my knees. I know quite a few of you commented saying about seeing a consultant. I did do that a couple of years ago. Had an MRI, and it's like a bone problem. So I know what they're going to say. It's physio until physio no longer works, basically, and then it will be an operation, I think. But we'll see. Maybe I'll go get another MRI and see where I'm up to with that. But yeah, I'm sad to leave here, but I'm also excited to get back to London. I always feel that way. I feel that way when I come back this way too. I get into such a nice rhythm in the place that I am, but also look forward to how that same rhythm feels in the other place. So yeah, I'm gonna next time you see me, I'm gonna be in London because I've been talking for ages now.
Ah, you can see me in the window. Back in London. Big light on, don't like that. But got Rebecca, the Alfred Hitchcock version on, and I'm making a chicken soup. I'm just cooking down some onions and some butternut squash and carrots and what's the green stuff called? It's called celery. I'm making a big ginormous mess while I do it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a nice wholesome dinner. The clocks went back actually on the night that I flew, and so it's been going dark now just before 5, which is miserable. But this will help. Wholesome food. So sweet. That would definitely be more than enough. Yeah. Anything I always overshoot it, and I'm like, I Please just head over to the bar. There's drinks menus on some of the tables, but yeah, they can do any cocktail basically, anything that you want, feel free to order. There's some more food coming out as well if anyone didn't get the food that they wanted. Okay, I'm Lizzie. Thank you for being here, like I said. The last book I read, and I do want everyone to give me a round of applause, was It by Stephen King. I actually listened to it, which really you wouldn't have got the round of applause if I'd be honest about that. Good morning, everybody. Got a spot on my chin in the way that I so rarely get spots nowadays, which I'm so grateful for since I've been doing all my skincare bits. I'm like, what is this? Little spot. Anyway, and another one here. Hello, I'm back in London, as you can see. Bit of a whirlwind few days. We did book club last night. We read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Great book club book. Great book in general. Great book club book. It was so good to discuss. Did it at the Surprise pub in Chelsea, which is posh. It's so nice. You'll just watch some clips of it actually, because I know I've got some clips on my phone from the evening, but it was lovely. And yeah, that pub is insane. We had the private room upstairs. Done one at the people who own that pub also own the Walmer Castle. We did one there last year. I really love doing buffies in pubs in the winter. They don't feel like it lends it as nicely in the summer, but it just was so cozy. Next month in New York, we're doing it in a dive bar. I've not announced where yet, but first dive bar one, and I'm excited for that. I really wanted to end the year with like just cozy feelings. So did that last night. Today's Wednesday. I've got a really nice day today because I've got therapy and a haircut. It's a self-care day basically. And I'm gonna go, my therapist is in like Northwest London, because when I first started seeing her is when I live west, because I've been seeing her for about 6 or 7 years now. And she's brilliant. So we sometimes do it over Zoom. If I'm in New York, we do it over Zoom, but I have the time and want to sit on a train. I want to go and see her in person. She's got 2 cats. I might get to see a cat. So I'm gonna go there to Willesden, and then from there, come to Shoreditch, go to George Northwood, get my hair cut. Can't decide how much to get cut off my hair, because my goal has been to get, I've not brushed my hair yet today even, but my goal has been to get the bleach out, as you know. And as my hair's getting darker in the winter, it's getting more obvious. I'm tempted to just have that all topped off today, but I also am enjoying my hair being long. So I feel like if I chop it all off, I'm gonna have regret and be like, oh fuck, I was liking it long. But the goal is to get this bleach out. So eventually I'm gonna do it, and I don't really like how sort of different, how much lighter the ends are. Oh, that's a lot off, isn't it? Anyway, I'm actually probably just gonna decide that when I get to the hairdressers. I'm just very hot, I've got the heating on too high. And then I'm gonna have an evening in and cook and things like that. Slight hangover today because I had 3 pints at book club, 3 gorgeous Guinnesses. It was so nice. So you know when you're like, we're just really enjoying them. So no regrets, but I do feel a tiny bit dusty today. And yeah, just gonna put a bit of makeup on and spruce up a tiny bit. The clocks went back and it was miserable because it got dark so early, so I bought myself a mug from Pophams. I'm gonna try link it because it's so nice. And we are in the dreaded gifting season, aren't we? But yeah, I'm just going to start with I've done my skincare. I'm going to put my SPF on. I ordered 2 more of these the other day because it is my absolute favourite SPF ever. It's the best. Yeah, I feel really good to be back in London for a month now as well, which is really nice. And I've got a busy month of work. This time of year is always really busy, but this week is quite chilled, which feels lovely too. I'm just gonna catch up with friends and things and turn the heating down. Right, it's hot. Okay, that's the SPF done. It gives you it has got a pigment in it, but barely anything. Really need to pluck my eyebrows. I'll worry about that later. The thing I've been using recently, which is so good, is Skin Nova by Vieve, which is Jamie Genevieve's brand. I've never met Jamie Genevieve, but I love her YouTube videos and I've only ever heard incredibly good things about her. She's like one of those people that's so highly spoken of. So very happy to support her brand. And this is really nice. And I'm just in a pursuit of glow this time of year, you know, when suddenly everything's looking a little bit dull. Oh, I didn't show you what that looks like. It's literally sort of gold. And then I've just been putting it all over my face and it makes me glowy. Oh God, that feels good. Makes me a bit nice and glowy. Not too much, just 2 pumps. I don't think it gives any coverage. It's classed as an instant radiance primer, skin perfecting radiance primer and hydrator. Applied to bare skin. Uses a primer under makeup for a hydrated, long-lasting complexion. All of the products I've tried from Vieve are really, really, really good. Now I'm going to use from Merit on my eyebrows, which are very unruly at the moment. I have been just exclusively using Merit brow products for a while now, and this pencil is really, I'm actually using the camera to do this if you can't tell, is really easy to use, which I like. God, I need to pluck my eyebrows. Always tempted to go and get them done properly, but never have. And I don't know whether, I sort of sometimes wonder it would change my face so drastically, which I'm sure it wouldn't. I'm worried about that. I'm going to put a tiny bit of concealer on under the dark circles. This is one from Say, which I bought in Sephora quite a while ago. It's still going strong. And yeah, it's fine. I don't feel particularly strongly about it in either way. Yeah, I'd buy it again. I also wouldn't rush out and get it straight away as soon as I finished it up. One of those, it's fine. I do like their products though, and I really like their highlighters and their cheap products and things. I think are really, really good. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just not amazing, I don't think. But I'll put a bit more there, like that. This brush is just from a brand called K-Lap. Never heard of that before. I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes for some oomph. The Say mascara is, I'm not gonna wear any mascara today, is really good. Really, really good. Sometimes I use mascara in evenings. In the day, I try not to because I have a really bad habit of rubbing my eyes a lot when I'm concentrating. And sometimes I wear mascara and forget. And especially if I've been out and had a meeting or something, and then you get home and you're not a single soul has said to me, you have got makeup all over your face. So I try not to wear it too often for that reason. I've got a bit of lip balm on. This is just a Pisbuin one that I bought for holidays with SPF in it. Less than imperative now. And then this is some powder from Say as well, which I'm just going to put a tiny bit under my eyes. This is a translucent, well, slip tint, translucent but also shade 2. This is not quite the right brush for it because it's not very fluffy, but it does the job. Oh my God, I'm so sweaty. I've got sweaty upper lip. Oh, I think that's made quite a big difference. I want to put some blusher on, but I can't find my blusher. Oh yeah, let's do this one. This Victoria Beckham one. It's so nice to use. This is the Colour Wash blush tint, and it is really like a colour wash. It looks quite scary at first, and then just use your fingers. Really nice. I think that would be a good gift. You know, I think her makeup's very expensive. I was sent it. In fact, I know her makeup's really expensive, but the packaging's so simple, but like it's a glass container, and it does feel really, really, really nice, and the product is really nice. So that's me. I'll show you my outfit before I go out. I've just got my J. Crew roll neck. This is the men's one. I know they've just done a re-release of their women's one, which is also really nice because it's shorter in the body, whereas this is the men's, which is longer in the body. I love them both, and I wear them both a lot. And I'm just going to show you some new books, because I bought some books, and then I got sent some books, so I've got loads of new books. So let's go downstairs and talk about books. First, I finished It. I've got a lot of thoughts about that. I'm going to have to come back to those later, because that's going to be a long conversation. I might tack it on the end of the vlog, so that if you don't care about what I thought about It by Stephen King, you don't have to sit through it right now. Okay, books that I have bought / been sent. Got sent this one, My Clavicle and Other Massive Misalignments by Marta Sands. Beautiful edition by Akoya Books. They do great books. I think as a publisher, I think all of their books are translated fiction. Maybe not fiction, but in translation, I believe. So they sent me this. Marta believes she's dying. With the onset of menopause, the changes to her body are stirring up new anxieties. Every time she feels a pain in her chest, a numbness in her arm, or a tension in her clavicle, she assumes she has cancer or some other diagnosis she has yet to learn of. During the flight, she starts to experience a pain underneath her rib. Unsure whether this signals the ominous approach of death or a simple bout of flatulence, Marta descends into an examination of pain's impact upon her life. Is her body failing her, or is she failing her body? Sounds really good. Ooh, there's like emails, transcripts of emails in there. So I'm definitely going to give that a read. I really like the sound of it. I ordered that Catherine Scanlon book. Then I also bought 2 other books that have been recommended to me. Dennis Johnson's Jesus' Son. I read Train Dreams by him a while ago. I want to reread it. I seem to be on a short book thing. I've just done It and Lonesome Dove, so maybe I deserve it. But yeah, heard incredible things about this. Dennis Johnson is an amazing writer as well. I will read the back quickly. It's a visionary chronicle of dreamers, addicts and lost souls. These stories tell of spiraling grief and transcendence, of rock bottom and redemption, of getting lost and found and lost again. A narrator of these interlinked stories is a young unnamed man reeling from his addiction to heroin and alcohol, his mind at once clouded and made brilliantly lucid by these drugs. In the course of his adventures, he meets an assortment of people who seem as alienated and confused as he is, sinners, misfits, the lost, the damned, the desperate and the forgotten. Out of their bleak, seemingly random lives, Dennis Johnson creates modern-day parables of harsh, devastating beauty. Sounds great. And then also, sci-fi one, I love these masterwork editions as well. Daniel Keyes' Flowers of Algernon. I had never heard of this book. Because it's in this series, I'm imagining it's a bit of a sci-fi classic, but I had never heard of it. And yeah, a friend recommended it to me, and they said it was one of the best sci-fis I've ever read. Charlie Gordon, IQ 68, is a floor sweeper and the gentle butt of everyone's jokes, but until an experiment in the enhancement of human intelligence turns him into a genius. But then Algernon, the mouse whose triumphal experimental transformation preceded his, fades and dies, and Charlie has to face the possibility that his salvation was only temporary. Ooh, I'm excited about that. So yeah, good. I've got so much to read. And then Vintage Books very kindly sent me 3 of the books their books have been shortlisted for the Booker this year. I actually haven't paid enough attention to what the Booker shortlist is, but there'll be 3 others. There's always 6. So the 3 that have been published by Vintage, it's Audition by Katie Kitamura. My God, I found that really hard to read, the way that it was split in 3. These are all hardback because they're obviously new ones. 2 people meet for lunch in a Manhattan restaurant. I'm sold, I'm already going to read it. She's an accomplished actress in rehearsals for an upcoming premiere. He's attractive, troubling, young enough to be her son. Who is he to her and who is she to him? Okay. I don't think I've read anything from Katie Kitamura, but sounds good. Oh my God, I've got so much I want to read. Flashlight by Susan Choi as well. Much longer one here. One evening, 10-year-old Louisa and her father take a walk out on the breakwater. They are spending the summer in a coastal Japanese town, while her father, Sir, a Korean emigre, completes an academic secondment from his American university. When Louisa wakes hours later, she is soaking wet and hypothermic on the beach, and her father is missing, presumably drowned. Oh, God. The experience of Louisa's father shatters the small family unit, and she and her American mother, Anne, return to the US profoundly changed. This traumatic event reverberates across time and space as we follow a mother and daughter trying to go on with their lives while the mystery of what really happened to Sir that night slowly unravels. Oh, that sounds quite upsetting, but good as well. Okay, I'm just seeing how many pages it is. 440. It's quite long, isn't it? I can never pronounce his surname. David Sazale. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, I'm sorry. I did one of his books with Vote the other month. It didn't win, but all that man is. I've actually never read any of his work, and I've heard really good things about it. I've heard good things about this book too. I think it was Dua Lipa's book club's book pick recently as well. It's called Flesh. 15-year-old Istvan lives with his mother in a quiet apartment complex in Hungary. New to the town and shy, he is unfamiliar with the social rituals at school and soon becomes isolated with his neighbour, a married woman close with mother's age, as his only companion. Their encounters shift into a clandestine relationship that Istvan barely understands, and his life soon spirals out of control. As years pass, he is carried gradually upwards on the 21st century's tides of money and power, moving from the army to the company of London's super rich, with his own competing impulses for love, intimacy, status and wealth winning him unimaginable riches until they threaten to undo him completely. Oh, that sounds really good. What's his other? Oh, All That Man is his really famous one, I think, which, yeah, it didn't win, but I also want to read it. Oh my gosh, so many books and so little time. I'm so craving, like, to just take a week where I do nothing but sit and read. Alas, that is not on the horizon. However, a train journey to Willesden Junction is on the horizon and I can read then. But I've just started Mrs. Dalloway for the first time. Can you believe I've not read any? Oh no, I've read To the Lighthouse, but I haven't read Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. So I've just started that. I am tempted to read Jesus' Son, though. I think I want the joy. Actually, Mrs. Dalloway's short, but I think I want the hit of a short book. Felt so good when I just read this in one go that now I'm like, more. Forget these 600-page ones. I need the thrill of having finished it. But no, jokes aside, we love long books too. I've been talking for ages. I need to go and shut up for a bit.
What's that?
Will you wave and then thingy? I never make you do that. Good morning, guys. Got darker hair. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But just on the way out, a very exciting meeting actually for Buffy's. What would potentially be our first venue of 2026. I'm heading into town and I slept like shit again. Fucking Kiwis are not doing anything anymore. Beloved Kiwis are letting me down. But yeah, I've just put on a fail-safe outfit. This is my Massimo Duty suede jacket that I love, and I know it's probably actually too cold for it today, but it's definitely going to be too cold for it in a few weeks because it's not lined or anything. It's just suede. So I'm trying to get my last few wears of this in before it has to go away. And then there's a little t-shirt from Lisette, which is really nice because it's got this Henley, but it's got two Henley buttons. And I thought that looked quite nice under a V-neck cashmere jumper, which is from Anne's daughter. But I liked that tiny little detail there. Thought you might like that too. Monica Veneda earrings, Our Legacy jeans, my favourite Church's Chelsea boots, and then my Coach bag. Another one of the favourites, just for a bit of colour. Yeah, had my hair done. Had a good couple of inches chopped off it, and we toned it. I didn't actually permanently colour it because I wasn't liking the blonde at the end, and I still have probably an inch of bleach left in it, so I didn't want to cut it an inch shorter because it would feel a lot shorter, and I have been enjoying having it long. But we worried it would look like I had frosted tips if we didn't do something. So you've toned it tiny bit darker, and then as that fades, hopefully then by the time it has faded, it'll be long again and I can chop the bit off. I don't know why I've become so determined to just have my natural hair colour, but I have, and I'm really nearly there with it now. But yeah, I'm really liking it like this. I like this length too. Feels healthy and thick and nice. So yes, let's go. I'm gonna have time to get a coffee. Might not have time. And then Agnes, who helped me with Buffy's, I'm meeting her at this meeting too, and then we're going to come back here together and work here on Buffy stuff all day. And then I'm going to go see my friend Abby, for a drink somewhere this evening. I don't know where. It's a really gorgeous morning so far. I hope it stays this way, but unlikely. Just at what will be the first Buffy's venue of the new year. This is the view. This is a little teaser of where this could be with this insane view. I'm tentatively vlogging in central London because everyone's phone gets taken out their bloody hand here. I just finished shooting something very exciting for Buffy's, and hang on. Okay, sorry, I had to walk past a group of workmen, which is stressful enough at the best of times, but not when you're filming yourself at the same time. Yeah, I'm in Covent Garden, just shot something for Buffy's, and now I'm going to Harrods to meet Jane Francis of Dear Francis, to have lunch, and they've got a pop-up in Harrods, so they're going to show me around that. You guys know how much I love Dear Francis. And I'm going to go via Fortnum & Mason because I don't find myself in this part of town too often, and I think it's time to get the first lot of mince pies in. I did an ad with Marks and Spencer's, which was insane. We decorated the house for Christmas when did we shoot it? Like September or something. A neighbour texted me because she walked past and was like, "Is everything all right? Why have you got a Christmas tree up in the window?" And it came out yesterday. I'm really, really, really proud of it. It was a really special work moment. And it has commenced mince pies, basically. I think it means it's time to start them earlier than usual. So I'm going to go to Fortnum & Mason. We're going to start at the top. I know we did Fortnum & Mason last year, but I'm just too close to not go there. And then we'll obviously have to get M&S. Make the most. I want to have time to go to somewhere like the really specific London bakeries as well. Like to Popham's, do a mince pie. Jolene, ones like that. Gales. Did we do Gales before? I think I did. Anyway, that's where I'm going. This is Fortnum & Mason. For those of you who have not been, it is pretty spectacular. I'm making a beeline to the toilet because I've had a wee in 20 minutes, so obviously I need another one.
I'm very proud of it. I do love it.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so good. The pointy boots are really good.
They're sold out. No, it's just Mince.
Oh. Hello everybody, I'm home and I am now going out again to go see Turnstile at Ali Pali, which is really exciting. Ali Pali's very hard to get to for most of London actually, I believe. It feels like it's a real ball ache. So I'm just waiting for an Uber. And I'm very excited. And seeing the Dear Francis pop up in Harrods was so nice, so nice. It looked brilliant, so you should definitely go. And she does have shoes there permanently too, so if you can't make it soon, the shoes are there all the time if you want to go try them on, which I obviously recommend that you do. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for this Uber and then head out to the rock show on a Wednesday night, on bonfire night no less, and there's a lot of fireworks going off, which is also quite nice. In fact, there's a big fireworks display at Ali Pali, so it's going to be really bloody busy. We'll work that out. I had 3 beers last night and I am so hungover. Ugh. It's not like this in your 20s. It really, the difference of hangovers, and everyone said it to me, like it gets so much worse. And it's true. I don't like it, but we persist. Turnstile were amazing. Worth the hangover entirely. It was so good, so fun. They're so good live. And I've come to sign this vlog off because I just finished editing it and we're at a sweet 34-minute long vlog, which is long enough. My next video is going to be, I've been filming my outfits every day this week, so I'm going to do that next. And then a vlog, mince pie testing will begin in the next vlog because obviously I've got the Footman Mason ones. Might go to the co-op now actually. I need to take a parcel, return a parcel, so I could go to the co-op and get some more. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.